You know what I hate? When people back a content creator so far into a corner that if they lash out or even retaliate, they'll get branded as some sort of hypocrite. It's happened to me, it's happened to a lot of people I know, but it's happened much worse for Solar Sands. It's a dirty tactic when employed, and perhaps the only way around it is for someone else to step in on your behalf. So, hey. I'd like to make it abundantly clear right now, because I can already hear the hordes of commenters calling me some sort of white knight, that I am not in fact white knighting. Yes, Solar and I talk to each other. Yes, we have appeared in each other's live streams. If you genuinely believe that those facts are going to take any credibility away from my arguments, then you are part of the problem. I feel like this is something I have to talk about purely because a lot of accusations getting tossed around are very flawed, outdated, or just incorrect. Just so you know, I'm not just making up some sort of straw man. I myself have had people come to me complaining about Solar. I don't even know if they're completely oblivious to our connection or are just that blinded by hate, but I'm still taken back by the amount of people who were so eager to try and call this guy out for quote-unquote being a tool, despite of course having no evidence to support their claims most of the time. So, let's get into context. As most of us know, Solar Sands is an art critic who mostly uses art obtained from DeviantArt to critique. He's amassed over 200,000 subscribers, which is quite a lot considering how niche everyone thought his market was at first. I want to be real right now and say that I had quite a few nagging issues with him at first. I didn't really like him at all. In fact, I actually made a video nearly a year ago addressing most of the issues in a generalised manner. A lot of those issues came up again in my video about Deviant Cringe, which is a video I'll probably have to bring up once or twice, despite the fact that I don't really want to. I only feel inclined to mention that video at all, purely for the amount of comments I've had on it saying stuff like, you should show this to Solar Sands as well. Like, okay, here's why I'm not going to do that. Number one, he's improved his content dramatically. There. I'm not going to stand here and say that you should or should not like the guy. Everyone is allowed their opinions, and I'm not here to say that you can't have those opinions. It's just when people's opinions or arguments are rooted in no factual or circumstantial evidence is when those opinions can be argued against. If you really think that I'm not allowed to challenge your opinions, why the fuck are you on my channel, and why the fuck did you click on a video called In Defense of Solar Sands? I know there are quite a few very well put together videos about Solar circulating before he had a shift in content quality, and as a result I'm not going to talk about those videos because they are not relevant to this one. There's two kinds of Solar Sands, old Solar and new Solar. I'm talking exclusively about new Solar today. One of the biggest concerns that gets circulated is that he bullies children on DeviantArt, and that for quite a few months hasn't been a good argument against his content. I know some people who don't like his content are probably smart enough to just keep the distance and not watch it, and that's a decent enough excuse to not know he's improved, but then on the other hand, you get those people who aren't smart enough to just avoid the content of creators that they don't like, and instead comment things like, ooh, you are bullying the children on his recent videos. Let me spell out for those people. Every piece of art in recent months has been volunteered by the artist to be reviewed. I'm sure that the people who volunteered their work are 100% fine with it being reviewed by Solar Sands because they would not send it to him to have it reviewed in the first place. They are consenting to it. This isn't art rape. It is consensual art sex. Solar's criticisms also get a lashing. Yes, he does utilise a harsher critique method, and to be fair, I kind of appreciate that. I'll be honest, I can be quite soft when I'm critiquing someone depending on several factors such as age, content quality, how glaring the issues are, etc. But to call Solar's recent critiques bullying or mean or some other synonym, I can't say that word, bullying or mean or some other derogative of the word mean is kind of giving people this false sense of, oh, everyone who critiques my work will be soft and warm like mashed potatoes. And that is wrong. In the past, I've received much harsher criticism in a professional setting. Does that mean my tutor bullies me? Should I make a 20-minute long rant video complaining about him? No, because people can give criticism differently. I really don't want to get into the logistics of criticism and advice, so I'll probably save that for a future video. But just let it be known that if someone is actually giving the individual ways in which they can improve their content, then their criticism is passable, which leads me on to my next point. Everyone's favourite phrase is, "Do you even draw, bro?" And I know it gets memed to the nth degree, but people use this as a legitimate criticism against art critiques, including Solar Sands, and yeah, okay, being an artist yourself makes your opinion on art a lot more valid at a first glance, but if you're well read in the subject and know what you're talking about, you can still make good points providing you offer ways to improve. Solar Sands does give ways to improve work. This is especially evident in his Art Things I Hate videos, where he actually gives more advice than stating the obvious, you need to improve your anatomy criticism that so many people shoehorn into their videos to make them look somewhat more coherent. I've also touched on how lazy the improve your anatomy criticism is in previous videos. So why exactly did I decide to make this video in particular? Because I wanted to show you that my opinion on certain users can and will change providing their content improves or takes a different direction. I'll be the first to put my hand up and say that I admit that I rode the Solar Sands hate train for a short while. I'll be brutally honest and say that his content during that time was particularly lowbrow and dry. Content creators are typically open to change if the criticism provided is relevant and valid, which is why when you critique Solar Sands you should actually give him relevant and valid advice. I just find it frustrating when people make videos like this and just never check to see if the points they're bringing up are outdated. It's like going to a professional artist, disregarding all their good art, and instead going to them and telling them that their childhood sketches line work is much to be desired.